On today's battlefields, the most dangerous threat isn't a roaring fighter jet or a missile racing through the sky. It's something far smaller and far cheaper. It's a drone you can buy online, a vibrating little machine with a simple motor carrying a mortar shell or a shaped charge, flown by someone watching a live video on a tablet. This is the new reality. In Ukraine, first-person view drones can dive right into open tank hatches. In the Middle East, loitering drones circle for hours before dropping down on a target. Even fixed-wing UAVs scout defenses from far away. These machines are not expensive, they are not rare, and they are not disappearing anytime soon. They are disposable, replaceable, and they show up in groups. Honestly, if danger had a sound today, it would probably be a cheap, vibrating noise. This is why the U.S. Army is moving away from missile-only defense. A few years ago, the answer to an air threat was simply to launch a missile, a costly missile for a costly aircraft. But now that equation makes no sense. You cannot protect a base by firing a $400,000 interceptor at a $500 drone. If you try, you lose the fight before it even starts. You run out of money, and you run out of missiles long before the enemy runs out of drones. The old model of air defense has simply broken. It had to. So the entire system is being rebuilt, not around expensive, limited interceptors, but around tools that are common, fast, and affordable. The mission has changed from perfect single shots to layers, speed, and steady, reliable defense. This is where the new weapon enters, the tool designed to stop drones fast and clean. At the Yuma Proving Ground in Arizona, the U.S. Army and Marine Corps have been testing a direct answer to the growing drone threat. It is a 30mm chain gun mounted on light armored vehicles, built with one purpose only: destroy drones before they can do damage. This system is centered around the XM914 Bushmaster, a tough and reliable gas-operated chain gun that soldiers trust. The gun itself is proven, but the real magic is in the ammunition. It fires 30 by 113mm programmable rounds and smart shells that know exactly when to explode. Before loading, a soldier would have to set the fuse with a handheld programmer, choosing the exact distance the round will detonate. Instead of needing a perfect hit, the gun only needs a near miss. Once the round reaches the programmed point, it will explode and release a wide cloud of sharp metal. The air would turn into a deadly zone, and for small drones made of plastic and carbon fiber, that blast is impossible to survive. One shell can fill a space as big as a small house, which means even fast-moving drones have nowhere to hide. It can turn a precise gun into a powerful area weapon. A smart round is useless if the system cannot see the target, and this is where the vehicle becomes more than a gun truck. Platforms like the Army's M-LIDS or the Marine Corps MADIS act like moving air traffic control centers built for the battlefield. Everything normally begins with radar. These radars are designed to spot low, slow, and small objects targets that are the hardest to see because they blend into the background of the ground. The radar would filter out the still world and lock onto the small moving shape. Modern versions can track many targets at the same time. Radar gives the basic picture: direction, distance, and speed. After that, the system would switch to cameras for a clearer look. It uses powerful daylight cameras and infrared cameras that see heat. Even a small drone running on batteries gives off a heat signature, and against a cool sky, that signature becomes clear and easy to spot. All of this sensor information would go straight into a targeting computer. The software studies how the object moves and uses pattern recognition to decide whether it is a bird, a hobby drone, or a military drone. Once it identifies the threat, it would give the crew a recommended shot. The turret swings, the crosshairs move ahead of the target, and the system calculates the perfect point for the fuse to activate. Everything does happen in seconds, because that is all the time available. An FPV drone can travel the last kilometer of its attack in under 10 seconds, faster than a bad joke can land, which is saying something. Firing the gun is not always the first choice. Before the trigger is pulled, the crew tries to cut the drone's connection. This is where electronic warfare steps in. Most drones need two things: a radio signal for control and video, and GPS for navigation. The vehicle carries jamming pods that blast strong radio noise on the frequencies drones use. The noise blocks the pilot's commands and confuses the drone's GPS. The effect shows up right away. The drone stops listening. It may hover and drift, it may try to fly home, or it may simply drop out of the sky. This is a silent way to stop a threat. No bullets, no explosions, no giving away your position. For basic short-range drones, jamming is the cheapest and most effective solution. But not every drone can be jammed. Some drones use advanced links that hop between frequencies, and some fly without any radio signal at all because they are pre-programmed. These drones require a hard kill. The 30mm cannon can handle those middle range. It deals with drones that resist jamming and are too close for long-range weapons. Its reach is about 2 kilometers, and inside that space it is the main defender. For threats farther away, the system switches to its outer protective layer. In the same vehicle, you often find 2 more weapons. The first is the Stinger missile. It now plays a new role. When a larger drone flies higher, or a slow fixed-wing UAV approaches, the Stinger provides a reach of more than 4 kilometers. The second weapon is newer, the Coyote Interceptor drone. This is a drone designed to destroy other drones. It is launched from a tube on the vehicle and looks like a small model airplane with a warhead. Radar data guides it toward the area of the enemy drone, and in the final moments, the Coyote's own seeker would lock on to the target and drive itself straight into it. With this tool, the defensive reach stretches out to more than 10 kilometers. It can stop high-flying loitering munitions or large groups of drones approaching from far away. The U.S. Army's long-term plan shows exactly how serious this shift is. The first vehicles carrying the new 30mm anti-drone system are set to be fully operational by 2026, with more than 400 systems scheduled for delivery by 2028. This is not a slow experiment or a test idea sitting on a drawing board. This is a real combat tool, moving down an active production line built for the conflicts the U.S. knows are coming. This rapid rollout is a direct response to what the world has already seen in Ukraine and the Middle East. Enemy forces are creating swarms of small drones, producing them cheaply, and using them in every type of attack from scouting positions to striking armored vehicles. The next large-scale war will not begin with tanks rolling forward. It will begin with a sky crowded with unmanned systems. And the U.S. answer to that threat is this mobile layered defense system now being pushed into the field. What we're watching is the rebuilding of frontline protection. For the first time in many years, American soldiers and Marines will have a dedicated shield against the drone threat that has become the most common danger on modern battlefields. It won't make war safe, war never is, but it gives them a real chance to survive the opening waves of drone attacks. And honestly, if drones keep multiplying like this, the system might need its own coffee just to stay awake. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next.